Good evening, guys. It's Tom here at Stadia Arcadia. Just wanted to put out a quick video for you as we've got a lot going on in the coming days now. We're 2 days away from Stadia Super Saturday. If you don't know what that is by now, you're missing out on something because it's been everywhere. It's been all over social medias. If you go to StadiaSource.com, you will see a big banner with it. In fact, let's show you that now. This obviously is the event that we at StadiaSource are hosting, but it is by no means just us. It is a huge community effort to get this show off the ground, and we now have a solid 24 hours of content being streamed from 9 o'clock in the morning GMT all the way through to the following Sunday. There is going to be something for absolutely everybody. All your favorite content creators are involved in this, so you are literally going to have something for everybody within that 24-hour period. And we've got giveaways now as well, which you'll have started seeing coming through on the social channels. We've got 4 copies of Borderlands 3 to give away and 4 copies of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And we have got other stuff as well, which I'm not going to go into too much of it now because some of it I don't know whether or not you've seen it, so it'll be a nice surprise for you. But Google are supporting this event with us now, so we're getting some official backing from Stadia, which is awesome news for the community. It means that they are taking on board all the work that all the creators are doing to help spread the word, and largely the PR. They're getting an awful lot of PR for free out of us lot, so it's good to see that they're giving back to that now as well. My slot is going to be at midnight GMT, so depending on where you are, obviously it's going to be slightly different, but the schedule has now been released, so I'll pop that up for you and you'll be able to see what time I'm on in your area, or at least work out what that changes to for yourself. And I have the very special guest, Tommy T999. He's a rather large YouTuber, but he's been a presence with Stadia for quite a while now. I really looking forward to chatting to him and getting some of your guys' questions out to him as well, to see what his views on Stadia are and the games that he plays on it, what he's excited for. I doubt we're going to get anything undercover because obviously he'll be under embargoes and so on as well. But he was one of the first creators that I seen working with Stadia and demoing Doom Eternal. That's probably, I think, the first piece of content I actually seen of his. But he's a great content creator, so I'm really stoked to have him on the show, and the fact that he's agreed to do it is amazing. So make sure that you do stop by for that one. And I also will have a giveaway going on throughout my channel, so be there or be square. And I mean, today's been a great day anyway, so it's the Thursday. We are starting to see Stadia really pull together and give us all the things we've been waiting for. They've been telling us about these 120 games that are coming, but we've not seen anything on them. And now all of a sudden we have had 5 games that we know of announced now, which again, StadiaSource covers all of this perfectly, so I don't need to do too much on there, but I'll show you it anyway. They're not AAA titles by any means, but that's not a bad thing. I think we need a good mix of content if we want to appeal to the wider audience, and we've had a lot of first-person shooter type games, which we needed something a bit different to shake that up again, and I think this mix of games is a brilliant offering to that table. Lost Words is a really good looking game. I'll try and get some gameplay for you in a minute as well over here. It's a story about it's a narrative game, so it's a sort of a side scroller puzzle game. Great art style, actually reminds me a little bit of sort of Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a fantastic game. Really looking forward to getting some time with that when we find out about that. Panzer Dragoon, I mean, if you guys have been going back to sort of the Sega days and the old school retro games, then you'll know this game. This is a remake of a brilliant sort of on-rails shooter that it just kind of, it's a nostalgia hit for me. It's going back to being a young kid and playing these games, but in obviously real 3D graphics now. So it'll be really interesting to find out when that's coming, what sort of price point it's going to be at as well, because I think that will make or break a game like this. If they're starting to try and get sort of 30 or quid, I don't think it's going to get off the ground. But if they price it more to an indie arcadey kind of market, then I'd be really interested to see where they go with that. Serious Sam collection, if you haven't played these games and you like anything kind of doomy or FPS with just hordes of monsters, then this is a game that's going to be right up your street. Oh, I should say these games will be right up your street. As you can see here now from the trailer, it's just carnage, and it does not take itself seriously. It's big guns, big explosions, big monsters. It's just insane, but they're awesome fun. So I really think people are going to really enjoy that on the Stadia platform. And again, it's one of those kind of games where you can just pick it up and play 5-10 minutes here and there without huge commitments to how long you've got to spend in that game, and you'll just have fun. It is over the top by 1,000,000%, but it is good fun. Stacks on stacks on stacks. Interesting title for Stadia for me. Hadn't seen anything of it before, if I'm honest. It's kind of a 3D tower puzzle kind of game, as you can see from the images here in the trailer. It's a little bit mixed for me. I'll be interested to see how it does on a platform like Stadia, because this kind of reminds me almost of sort of the Flash type games that we used to play back in the day through your browsers, and they can be incredibly addictive, and I don't see it being one that I'm going to sit down and play on my TV or even at my PC. But once they bring the ability for iOS and just more mobile devices in general to play Stadia, I can see this kind of title working quite well in that setting. So watch this space. I don't think that they're planning on this being a blockbuster for everybody, but certainly that on the move, just dipping in and out of things, a real casual kind of game. I think that's got some really good potential. So I'll keep an eye on that. I think for me, out of these games that they've announced, other than Lost World, Spitlings is a game that just looks like fun. It is very much a party title. Play it with a couple of mates, sort of either couch co-op, that sort of thing. As you can see here from the gameplay, it's just a little bit of fun, really. It's not a serious game at all, but it's going to be one of those games where you think, I'm going to jump in this for 5 minutes, and then like half an hour later, you're going to be like, okay, where'd that time go? I was just having a laugh with my mates, and now I'm going to go play something else, and then you can just come back to it at any time. It's an arcade kind of game again, and I said this a while ago. Actually, I think it was on stream when I was chatting with Duncan and Chase, that I think Stadia is going to bring a lot more of an arcadey feel to some of these 120 games that we're getting. They're not all going to be AAA blockbuster titles. We don't need that. We want some, and we want a good amount of them, but you also need just some of them fun little titles that are a little bit different, don't take themselves too seriously, but allow that ability to just play games on the move a little bit more. And again, it's going to bring that mobile play into it. This is the kind of game that I could see, again, when iOS is supported. It's the kind of game I could see just picking up and playing like a 10-15 minute session on. That's the market I feel like these games are going to. But that's a big point of what Stadia is, the ability to take it with you wherever you want to go. As long as you've got an internet connection, you have access to this library of games through pretty much any screened device. As we know, not right now, but that's the future. That's the future plan, that you'll have it anywhere, and you'll have the ability of like crowd play, so you'll be able to meet new people and play these kinds of games with them as well, so providing that they're going to support that within the arcade type environments as well. I would imagine they will, but we're still waiting to hear about that, which does bring me on to another point actually. Obviously it's great that we've seen the announcements and we're getting these additional games coming through now, but there is still something that we need to address with the Stadia PR team, and hopefully we're going to get some answers on this soon. But we founders are approaching the end of our 3-month deal, if you like, where we got the first 3 months of Pro included in our package for being a founder, and the Premiers guys aren't far behind either. So we still don't know what's going on with Stadia Base, when that's going to launch, what's going to happen to our Pro. Is it going to run out when we got told it will? And then we have the option to either pay for extending Pro or we revert down to the base tier. The problem with that is things like Destiny 2. So Destiny 2 is a free-to-play game on pretty much every platform it's out on now, not including the DLC content. But if we revert to base, we basically know that any games that we have from our pro subscription will no longer be available to play. They'll still be in your library. You just won't be able to play them without purchasing them again, which obviously we're not going to do. It would make much more sense to just pay the $9.99, reactivate your Pro, and then the games are there again. So we just need a little bit of clarity on what's going to happen with games like Destiny 2. I still feel like that's probably the most popular game on the Stadia platform. Certainly when I look at who's online within my friends list, the majority of the time, most people are playing Destiny 2 in some form. And if they have to revert to, or if they choose to revert to base, are they then going to lose access to Destiny completely? Or will they just lose access to the DLC add-ons and still have the vanilla game? It's something that I kind of feel like we should know quite concretely by now. It's obviously the title game that Stadia launched with, so to not have that information when we're approaching the end of this segment is a bit strange to me, but I'm sure we'll find out in good time. I mean, we clearly see that Google have made some changes. They are stepping up in the content that we're getting delivered, and they're starting to show us what their plans are, which is fantastic. We need more of that, by the way, guys. Feel free to do that. But who knows? We've still got 2 days until Stadia Super Saturday is actually official. Well, a day and a bit now, sorry. But we may find out some more tomorrow. We may find out more on that day. It would be awesome for Stadia to purposely have held back some things to release them throughout that day, so that it gives the content creators a chance to grab that and make content literally on the fly, just like, wow, look what's just come out of nowhere, and it instantly gives something to engage the audiences with, and it would make the whole experience just a little bit different again. I don't know of a time when a content community have got together, created an event like this, had support from the actual brand as well, and then potentially fed them something to just kind of make it explode. It's awesome PR for Stadia, and it's costing them nothing. All right, they've given us a few things to give away, but that's part of PR, right? If they're now going to potentially give us more things to go along with that, then that's pretty interesting. I've not seen many people talking about that either, so I'm really hoping that's a thing and it comes out like that. I am quickly just going to get again the schedule up so that you guys can see what's going on. And oh, by the way, obviously the Pro deal games that have come out today as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention these. So today, Borderlands 3 is 50% off, which for us folks over here in the UK makes it 25 quid, which is an absolute steal, by the way. The game's fantastic. And we've also now had it confirmed that we're getting the DLCs, the patches, so all the bugs that have been previously known about and fixed before it released on Stadia, that's all getting addressed now. We are getting the Broken Hearts event as well, the Valentine's event, if you like, which is going to have different guns, some skins, trinkets, all that sort of good stuff, in-game stuff. It's just nice to see that they've caught up with the PC and the console market for that, so we will be in the same place to play that game on Stadia as those guys are on the other platforms, which is fantastic. If you hadn't seen by now as well, StadiaSource are offering a copy of Breakpoint already in the lead up to Stadia Super Saturday. If you pop onto the website, you'll find it on the front page. It's a great way for you to just get a chance to get another game to your library if you don't already have it. So we're going to be kicking it off. StadiaSource are going to be obviously going live first of all, just to sort of welcome everybody to the event and just kickstart it all really. The schedule will be live by the time this video is out with you, so you can go ahead and click on it, set your reminder, make sure you don't miss it. It's Tommy T 999 with me. So that's going to be it's going to be pretty epic. I think you'll agree, having somebody that sort of size show some support to our community, as well as having the support from the likes of Google Stadia. It just shows that people are really starting to take a real interest in the platform, and that it's not going anywhere. For all the time that we had everyone saying that Stadia was dead, we're really just now starting to get into what this platform is all about, and I think we've got some seriously interesting things coming up. I do note that it actually says within this schedule that I'm live streaming Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That's not actually the most up-to-date schedule, so I'm going to find the most up-to-date one, and I'll link that in the description for you guys as well, because I don't think I'm going to be doing that any longer. I can't tell you exactly how long I'm going to be doing the chat with Tommy, and whether or not we may be breaking into some gameplay ourselves, I don't know yet. We're going to play that side by ear. But alright guys, I'm going to wrap this one up now. Looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be an awesome day, and let me know who you're looking forward to seeing to the most in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, guys. Thank you.